exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? So, I didn't expect to be filming this video today. Especially since I already had put out the video that was supposed to go out at noon today. That video is already out. That video is already live. You can go watch that video. That's a much happier video. This one, not gonna be so much. So, as everybody knows, unless you've been living under a rock, EA has the exclusive rights to the NFL when it comes to Madden. And they've had this for about a decade at this point, maybe even 15 years. They've had it for a long time, the exclusive rights. So they've been the sole provider of simulation football games. As we know, you got all the Madden games. But there's been a steady decline in the overall enjoyment of these Madden games, the overall quality of these Madden games, and there's been a steady incline of the amount of microtransactions and pay-to-win features in these Madden games. And so the Madden franchise community, which I am proudly a part of, have been very verbal on Twitter and on Instagram and on social media in general, on message boards and all kinds of good stuff, about how they are unhappy with the product that EA has put out in their Madden games in terms of franchise mode. There's obviously a ton of different other issues with this game. Gameplay issues, bugs, all kinds of bad stuff in other modes. But franchise mode has been neglected and pushed down into the bottom of irrelevancy for the longest period of time. And then I get a message saying that EA has effectively canceled their updates for franchise mode. Yep. So, all that stuff we were talking about in the summer, building up to the release of Madden 22, how they were going to have 3 live updates, the scouting update, and then they were going to have 2 more updates after that, where they were going to introduce so much new content. They were building this up. They were getting all the franchise players so excited, so hyped, something that we haven't felt in a couple of years when talking about Madden. They were building it up. And then the release of Madden comes out, and it's the same as always. They preach that the scouting update is going to launch in September. That was their initial date. September comes around, nothing happens. No word from EA, and then we get a tweet or some sort of message from, I think it was Sean Grady or whoever runs the Madden team over there, that it was going to be pushed back to October. So obviously no franchise fans were excited about that or even happy with it, but we understood. Because changing things that massively takes a long time. We understand that. And we wanted to get it right. So it's better to have it right and perfect than to just throw it in there just so we have it. And it not work and it's buggy and it just doesn't look good. That's what we were worried about. So we were okay. We didn't like it, but we were okay with it because we understood that we want you to get this right. We want you to do this right the first time. So take your time. If it needs to be pushed back to October, that's fine. Just make it right. So we go through October. The scouting update officially launches into Madden 22. And it's not that great. A lot of people don't like it. I personally prefer the old style of scouting. This mode has potential. The scouting update has potential, the way they've done it. It just needs a lot more work. It needs to be fine-tuned. It's a good baseline, but it needs a lot of work. I personally like the old scouting update better, but that's just I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I think that it needs a lot more work. So they failed with the scouting update, but then they said, "Oh, we've got 2 more updates that are going to come out. 2 more live updates throughout the life cycle of Madden that you guys are going to love. It's going to have a bunch of features. It's going to have a ton of different new features brought back to the game." And then we get this. So if we transition over here to the screen, posted November 30th, 2021, which is yesterday. I'm just hearing about this today. Madden 22 franchise mode updates canceled. This is on sportsgamersonline.com if you want to go check it out. It's all over Twitter too. So I mean, if you like Madden, you follow that kind of stuff, you're gonna know about this. So Madden franchise mode updates have been canceled. So we'll go over this article a little bit. We'll talk about it. Changes leave EA Sports staff frustrated. Yeah. We're frustrated too as a community. So, we've got the person that wrote this article was reaching out to various personnel on the staff of EA. They have connections. And there's apparently not a lot of happiness within the EA Sports development team. I wonder why. Because you've been putting out a garbage, broken, janky game for 5 years now. I wonder why there's no happiness. Because you know that the community's not happy, so you're not going to be happy. It's been a rocky launch, to say the least. They spent the whole summer talking about Madden 22 being viewed and treated as a live service with its updates just to have that be all for naught. Exactly. Well written right there. All for naught. I mean, they talked about this for 3 months, how it was going to be this huge new thing they've never done with 3 live updates just for franchise mode. We're not talking about 3 live updates for the entire game. This was going to be 3 live updates just for Madden, or just for franchise mode. And we got one of them, and it's not even that good of an update. So this is a quote from one of the sources. They are stressed and frustrated. It's not a good place right now. We could have told you that. EA Sports is a company that pulls in well over $1 billion in revenue from its Ultimate Team modes alone. Well over $1 billion with a B. Billion with a B. Dollars alone in Ultimate Team. That's it. That's not talking about all their just separate merch and their game sales in general. Like, that's just Ultimate Team within the actual game. You still have to pay for the game. So that's not even talking about their sales for the actual game, where they have 3 different variations of what you can buy. So they are already $1 billion company. And this just proves what everybody's been saying for the past 5, 6, 7 years about this company. They are greedy, they are money hungry, and they are selfish with what they want to do. They don't care about the community. They don't care about the offline modes / online modes that don't make money. They only care about Ultimate Team, and they rarely do anything with that. They only care about your dollars. They don't care if you're enjoying the game. That's why they don't fix the bugs that are in the game, the glitches that are in the game. That's why they don't put out a good product in the first place where there's no glitches. It's not hard to make a game that has no glitches. 2K rarely has glitches. FIFA, the same company that makes Madden, makes FIFA, they rarely have glitches like this. Well, they have glitches, but they don't have as many to the amount that Madden has. So EA Sports has laid all their cards on the table. They have completely come out and just straightforward slapped everybody in the face and said, we don't care about franchise mode, without actually physically saying it. This article states it. The headline says, without actually saying it, it says EA Sports does not care about the franchise community and the franchise mode in general. That's what this article says. Madden 22 franchise mode update cancellation was teased. So back in October, Madden 22 executive producer Sean Grady, who we've talked about before on previous videos, and I've mentioned as being a clown, because I really believe that new modes being added to the game wasn't a priority for the team with its content updates. Instead, the team was focused on specific areas of the game that were already in place. Well, that's good. Focus on those things, because those things are bad too. But we want some things that haven't been in Madden for a while that should have never been taken out. If you go back and play Madden 2005 or Madden 2007 or Madden 2009 or something, whatever generation of Madden you want to play from back in the old days, there's a ton of features that are just gone for no reason in this game, in Madden 22. Like, why would you take out the ability to change your staff and be more in depth? Why would you take out the ability to change the contract in free agency more than just a year? Like, why can't we sign a player during the season for more than just a year? Why would you take this stuff out? I don't understand it. So they're focusing on the stuff that's already in the game. So this is a quote from Sean Grady, I'm guessing. I would say the roadmap is probably slightly less ambitious than years past because we really focus on a few core areas of Madden 22 and also getting started up on Madden 23 in a big way. So I will stand by what we've always said the last couple of years. We're a live service and we'll continue to update the game, but we're definitely not going to be talking about a brand new mode. This right here, this quote from Sean Grady infuriates me. Physically infuriates me. Because this absolute clown, this dense human being that is a waste of life. I had to edit myself there so I didn't say something crazy. Should not be in control of anything. He should not be the boss of any company unless it starts at McDonald's. And even then, I wouldn't trust him to be in control of all that. Sean Grady is so single-minded that it's infuriating to hear him speak. To read this, if you are passionate about Madden and you are passionate about franchise mode, to read what he just said here, quote for quote, has to be the most frustrating thing that has happened in a long time. I know it is for me. So the writer of this article goes on to say, one of those core areas many believed would be Madden 22's franchise mode. Alas, that doesn't appear to be the case any longer. While there's still likely to be small updates within the mode to address tuning issues, and other various bugs, nothing larger is expected. I don't even know, man. I don't even know what you can say at this point. What can we say that hasn't already been said? What can we say to EA Sports, to Sean Grady, to the rest of the team that hasn't already been said before? And the NFL needs to break off their contract with EA, the exclusive rights contract. They need to explore their options. I don't care if it's 2K that they give a shot at. I don't care if it's some indie company they give a shot to. I don't care what it is. I don't care if they go out and find a bum on the streets of New York. I don't care who it is. EA clearly has no idea what they're doing when it comes to a football game. They only see dollar signs. And clearly, the people that play this game, other than franchise fans, are giving them reason to stop this. We are part of the problem, not the franchise community. The Ultimate Team community is part of the problem because they continue to pay their money, their hard-earned dollars, into this game for virtual cards that then go out and just break the game even worse because nobody has fun playing Ultimate Team when some player has the best cards in the game because they just got their mom's wallet and stole their credit card and just paid for the best team. Nobody has fun playing. That's why I don't play Ultimate Team. Well, there's many reasons why I don't play Ultimate Team, but that's a big reason why. Because I'm not going to play a pay-to-win game when somebody else out there maybe has a little bit more money than me and just buys all the best cards. Maybe they don't even know how to play Madden, but they just buy all the best cards because they think that that's how they win. Because it's a pay-to-win game. I don't know how we've gotten to here from the past, from past Maddens. I don't know how it's been such a drastic change from what it used to be to where we are at this point. I don't think there's ever going to be a chance to save this. There's no recovering from what EA's just done. They have completely lost the diehards of the community that were teetering. They were teetering on the edge when this game came out because they've been burned in the past. We've been burned plenty of times in the past about Madden. But this, I have a feeling, is going to dramatically alter the course of history when we look back at EA Sports and we look back at the Madden franchise. There's going to be some big things happening. I don't know what just yet, but you can bet that there's going to be some wild things happening. Whether that be EA is just like protested and the fans come together and they say, we're not playing your game, we're not buying your game. Because the only way to change these guys' minds, the only way to actually hit them hard is to hit them in their wallet and hit them in their accounts. Because they're not going to notice anything else. They don't care about us tweeting at them. They don't care about us adding them on Twitter, complaining, ranting, and yelling at them. They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is dollars. So if the Madden community rises up and says, we're not buying this game anymore. We don't care what you say in the lead up to it. We're not buying your game. We're not playing your game. That's the only way they'll actually listen. Because then they won't be getting any money. And you know that EA is not cool with getting no money. So I'm not saying I'm part of the problem because I'm still going to buy the game when it comes out next year. And I hate to say that, but I am still going to buy the game. Because for me, I don't... It's harder now that I make videos for YouTube. But back when I was not doing that and just playing the game just to play it, I didn't necessarily care that much about the franchise being good or bad. I just wanted to play a video game. I just wanted to play a football game. But now that I have to actually try and make this game entertaining for you guys to watch, it's a lot harder to do that when the game sucks. And it absolutely sucks right now. But I am going to buy it because I have to, for my job, to do this, to get you guys videos. And yes, it may not be as entertaining to watch, but I try to make it as fun as possible. That's why I yell at the game. That's why I rant and rave, because you guys like to see that, and you guys like to see me get worked up and stuff. That's why I do that. I do it for you, not for my health. So I'm still going to buy the game in August or whenever it drops, September, whenever it drops next, or this upcoming year. But there's going to be some drastic changes in the course of history when we look back at EA. I don't know what it's going to be or when it's going to happen. But this article, we will look back on and see that this is what kickstarted it. This is what started the entire domino effect. And I just hope that the NFL hears the complaints and they actually care and they actually look into it and they decide maybe we should re-up a contract with somebody else. Maybe we should break off with EA Sports because our fans are not happy with their product. So I know that's hard to understand, hard to believe because the NFL is very dense too. But maybe, just maybe, they will figure something out that is good for everybody. If that's EA finally coming to their senses and figuring out a new game or reworking the game or what, I don't know what it's going to be, but something needs to change. Now, I know that in this, I don't know if it was in this article specifically, but it was in something that I was reading that they are in part stopping the updates on franchise mode because they're focusing on the new NCAA game that's coming out in like 2023. But why do you need to focus on an NCAA game when you already have the bones, the skeleton of NCAA football already made that you should never have gotten rid of? It should still be in your archive somewhere. You already have the bones of that. The skeleton is already constructed. You just need to fill it out with more good stuff than already was in the game previously. So that shouldn't take you so long. It shouldn't take you 2 years to figure out an NCAA football game where it's going to be pay to win. There's going to be an ultimate team in that. I guarantee you that there's going to be an ultimate team in NCAA. That's going to be pay to win. It's going to suck just like Madden Ultimate Team does. NCAA football is going to suck just like Madden sucks because it's the same company that makes it. What's going to change? The team doesn't really change. The people behind the game, there may be 1 or 2 different people making this game that doesn't make Madden, but the core of EA Sports, the team that makes Madden, I guarantee you will make NCAA. Sean Grady will be a part of NCAA. And if he's a part of NCAA, it's going to suck because he's an idiot. He's a clown. He doesn't know what he's doing. He should be embarrassed every time he speaks because he doesn't have any idea of what he's talking about. It cannot be. I understand. I've said this plenty of times that I understand the stress. I understand the difficulty in making a football game. I know it's hard. I know. I'm not saying that it's not hard. I'm not saying it's easy. You just type a couple things in and you whip out a football game. I'm not saying that by any means. I understand the difficulty in making a football game. I know it's difficult. But you have the archetype. You have it already right in front of you. Those past games in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, were good. And yet, it's been a decline ever since. So, it can't be that hard to just go back in those games, look at what they did in the past, and be like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, and we put them all in here. It cannot be that hard. It simply can't. You have the money. If you need to go out and get some private people, like some non-associated workers that are like part of the community, you can pay them. You have $1 billion. You can pay these guys that are independent contractors that can come in and write code for you and do the graphics and do that are better than who you have on your team already. It's simply negligent, and it's simply just plain straight up ignorance from EA Sports that this is the situation we're in right now. It should not be allowed. It should not be accepted. And it's just, frankly, just so unbelievably frustrating that I just had to come on here and rant about it, because I've ranted about it plenty of times in the past. And you guys have sat through it, and you guys have agreed with me on some points. Some others you probably haven't. But for the most part, you guys have agreed with me. And I don't know, this is just the boiling point, I guess. I know that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only YouTuber that is going to make a rant video about this, or just a video in general letting you guys know. I may be on the lesser end of who sees it, but I'm still not alone in this. So I'm sure RBT is going to make a video about it. I'm sure, obviously, Sports Gamers Online, their YouTube channel, is going to make a video on this. They may already have made a video on this. I don't know. But there's going to be plenty. Eric Rayweather is probably going to make a video. Like, there's going to be, if you need to find more information about this than just this video, there's going to be plenty out there to go find. So, I don't know, man. I wasn't expecting to make a video like this today. I wasn't expecting to make an upset, angry video like this, but I just can't. EA's just too dumb. They're too far gone. I can't accept it. So, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Let me know down below your feelings on this, if you guys are with me, or if you're against me. Maybe you're for EA Sports. That's totally fine. That's your opinion. You can be for EA Sports. You can be for Madden. You think that this is the greatest game ever. Like, that's totally up to you. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We'd love to have you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.